Hare Krishna. I think Rashananda Prabhu has tied up today. Hare Krishna. I think Rashananda Prabhu has tied up today. Oh, that's just.
Hey,
Can somebody take over? I'm not really sure what we're discussing.
you're echoing. I don't know if I'm echoing.
I have the YouTube on, so probably I have muted that YouTube. So it's
YouTube. What YouTube? See, you're managing. I don't really know.
I can mute my audio.
iPhone normal. Do I sound normal now?
Guruma, you sound all right. You sound normal.
Yeah, it's only you.
Yeah, because probably I have my YouTube also on. So unless I turn off the YouTube screen. Okay.
Do you have the YouTube audio on?
I muted that. So let me see if I can. How about now?
I think it sounds broken.
Am I all right now or?
No, I mean you're understandable. Just give a direction or two, but not to read or speak at any length.
Let me see if I can close the YouTube screen altogether. Yeah, okay. I'll close the YouTube screen. Am I all right now?
No.
Ooh. Wow.
Someone should start dancing, and if you restart on your machine, it might solve the problem.
I can record it on my computer and upload it to YouTube again.
I can't really understand what you just said.
I can record it on my computer and then later on upload it to YouTube if that works better.
Or the you can record the Zoom session and upload the Zoom session.
Yeah.
But then people live on Zoom.
Oh, Venkatesh Prabhu is saying that he checked YouTube, everything is okay there.
Maybe it's only me hearing you broken up. Could fault on my side. Ooh, you're sounding up too. Sounds like it's a problem on my end. I'll restart it. Meanwhile, let's start Kirtan. Time is going.
Yeah. Naveen Prabhu, you want to do the kirtan?
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jai Om Vishnupad Purnamanta Paripuraja Kacharya Stotra Sri Srimad A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai Nam Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Sham Kund Radha Kundi Govardhan Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Navadip Dham Ki Jai Jagannath Puri Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Jamuna Mai Ki Jai Tulsi Devi ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Samaveta Bhakti Vrinda ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.
What's going on? I wonder. We're the only ones on.
You're muted, Madhupati.
Hare Krishna. Lower hand. Okay. Can somebody, Panchatattva, you want to read?
We're driving. Sorry.
Okay. Saraswati Mataji, you want to?
Pranams, Param Pujya Gurudev and all the Vaishnavas. Gurudev, would you like to read first, or is it all right if I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
I believe we're on Adi 17, text 11.
Yes.
Prabhura Abhishekata Bekarila Shrivasa Katevashi Prabhu Kaila Aishwarya Prakasha. Srivas Thakur then worshipped Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by the process of Abhishek. Sitting on a cot, the Lord exhibited transcendental opulence. Purport: Abhishek is a special function for the installation of the deity. In this ceremony, the deity is bathed with milk and water and then worshipped and given a change of dress. This Abhishek function was especially observed at the house of Srivas. All the devotees, according to their means, worshipped the Lord with all kinds of paraphernalia, and the Lord gave benedictions to each devotee according to his desire. Gurudev, would you like to make some comments here?
No?
Would you like me to continue reading text 12?
Why not?
तबे नित्यानंद स्वरूपे रे आगमन प्रभु के मिलाय पाइले सदभुज दर्शना. Translation: After this function at the house of Srivas Thakur, Nityananda Prabhu appeared, and when he met with Lord Chaitanya, he got the opportunity to see him in his six-armed form. Purport: The form of Sadbhuja, the six-armed Lord Gaurasundra, is a representation of three incarnations. The form of Sri Ramchandra is symbolized by a bow in one hand and an arrow in another. The form of Lord Sri Krishna is symbolized by a stick and a flute, like those generally held by a cowherd boy. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is symbolized by a sannyas danda and a kamandalu or water pot. Srila Nityananda Prabhu was born in the village of Ekchakra in the district of Birbhum as the son of Padmavati and Hadai Pandita. In his childhood, he played like Balram. When he was growing up, a sannyasi came to the house of Hadai Pandit and begged to have the Pandita's son as his brahmachari assistant. Hadai Pandit immediately agreed and delivered his son to him. Although the separation was greatly shocking, so much so that Hadai lost his life after the separation. Nityananda Prabhu travelled on many pilgrimages with the sannyasi. It is said that for many days he lived at Mathura with him, and at that time he heard about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes in Navdvip. Therefore he came down to Bengal to see the Lord. When Lord Nityananda came to Navdvip, he was a guest at the house of Nandana Acharya. Understanding that Nityananda Prabhu had arrived, Lord Chaitanya sent his devotees to him, and thus there was a meeting between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Om Gyanantimirindasya Kyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Don't have many comments, just that it's quite striking that this particular pastime where a sannyasi asked for Lord Nityananda to become his assistant, and how due to the grief, the great separation, the father of Lord Nityananda passed away. It's parallel to in Ramayana how Lord Dasarath Maharaj, father of Lord Ramchandra, also was also passed away after Lord Ramchandra departed to the forest for his exile. But before all of that happened, he was also when Lord Lakshmana, and Lord Ramchandra, they also attended Vishwamitra Muni, who had come to the kingdom and asked for some assistance in dealing with certain asuras. I think Tarka was one of them, who was creating such chaos and disturbances to the other sages. So even though Dasarath Maharaj was very reluctant, because these princes had just come from their Gurukul training, but yet he did agree to send Lord Ram and Lakshman with Vishwamitra. And I'm wondering, I don't know if this particular sannyasi is somehow related to Vishwamitra. Guru Maharaj, for your comments, please. Hare Krishna.
I don't know. We'd have to look and go to Gunadesh Deepika, the authority on such things. Hare Krishna. Okay, I can text 13, I guess. Pratame Sadbhujatare Tekilo Ishar Shankar Chakra Gala Padma Shanga Benu Dhar. One day, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited to Lord Nityananda Prabhu a six-armed form bearing a conch shell, disc, club, lotus flower, bow, and flute. Tabe Chatur Bhuj Hoila Tin Anga Bokra Dui Hoste Benu Bajai Duye Shanka Chokra. Thereafter, the Lord showed him his four-armed form, standing in a three-curved position. With two hands he played upon a flute, and in the other two he carried a conch shell and disc. Tobe ta dvibhuj kebal, bomshi balon, shama anga pita vastra, Brajendra Nandam. Finally, the Lord showed Nityananda Prabhu his two-armed form of Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda, simply playing on his flute, his bluish body dressed in yellow garments. Purport: Sri Chaitanya Mangal vividly elaborates upon this description. Tobe Nityananda Goshair Yas Pujon Nityananda Beshe Koila Ushala Taron. Nityananda Prabhu then arranged to offer Vyas Puja, or worship of the spiritual master, to Lord Sri Gaur Sundar. But Lord Chaitanya carried the plow-like weapon called Mushala, the ecstasy of being Nityananda Prabhu. Purport: by the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu arranged for the Vyas Puja of the Lord on the night of the full moon. He arranged for the Vyas Puja or Guru Puja through the agency of Vyasadeva. Since Vyasadeva is the original Guru, spiritual master of all who follow the Vedic principles, worship of the spiritual master is called Vyas Puja. Nityananda Prabhu arranged for the Vyas Puja, and Sankirtan was going on. But when he tried to put a garland on the shoulder of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he saw himself in Lord Chaitanya. There's no difference between the spiritual positions of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, or Krishna and Balaram. All of them are but different manifestations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. During this special ceremony, all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could understand that there's no difference between Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Ti Namne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharne Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschachite Satarane. Generally, the impersonalists worship the Guru on what's called Guru Purnima, but the Vaishnavas worship the spiritual master on the day of his birth, which is known as Vyas Puja. I don't have anything to add here. Maybe
One question.
Excuse me?
I had a question.
Mm.
Can I go ahead?
Yes.
Yeah. Kumar, as you mentioned that the Vyas Puja in Vaishnava tradition is observed on the appearance of the spiritual masters.
Yes.
Here we see that in this particular pastime, whenever they're doing the Guru Puja of the spiritual master, they're calling it Vyas Puja. Is that? It doesn't seem that, at least in the purport, it does not mention it's the appearance of Gauranga Mahaprabhu.
No, it just says the full moon. So I don't know if that was the full moon, the same full moon. But in any case, when the Vyas Puja is performed and Guru Puja is the same.
Yeah.
I mean, really, we have, in ISKCON, we have two ceremonies. We have a Vyas Puja ceremony and a Guru Puja ceremony. But it's not, it's not a traditional requirement there be Guru Puja every day. That's what we do. But Vyas Puja is also, what would you say, a kind of Guru Puja. In terms of our ceremonies, it's a bigger version of the Guru Puja. But the two terms could be used for the same event.
Sindhu Prabhu had some question.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Hare Krishna devotees. Real quick question. It says there's no difference between the spiritual positions of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu or Krishna and Balaram. All of them are but different manifestations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The others, I don't know, I guess I assumed that they're not necessarily manifestations, except maybe Balaram, like Krishna and Lord Chaitanya simply are the personality of Godhead. And then Balaram is a manifestation? Am I like misunderstanding something?
Well, it sounds like a verbal issue. The Balaram is Lord Nityananda Prabhu. That Krishna is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or vice versa. Rajendra Nandana Jai, Sachi Shuddha Hoilo Jai, Balaram Hoilo Nitai. As far as manifestation just means appearance. So we can say that but we usually would say that Vishnu is a manifestation of Krishna, but that Krishna is not a manifestation of Vishnu. But here the meaning is, in any case, that there's no difference between Gaura-Nitai and Krishna Balaram. Different manifestations in this context, in this instance. I think we can read that all of them are but different manifestations of the Supreme Personality of God. I think we can read that to mean that they're all the Supreme Personality of Godhead in different forms.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you. There's another question down there.
There are comments in the chat. Comment on verse 12 by Praveen Krishna Prabhu. The function is elaborate in Chaitanya Bhagavat. The function. The Lord says how he saved Haridas Thakur, saved Gangadas Pandit, who broke the fasting of Advaita Acharya. Also, the pastimes of Lord Nityananda, his enacting dramas of the Lord, his tour compares with the tour of Lord Balaram. Then Saraswati Mata was mentioned. Manmali Ghataka, arranged marriage of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lakshmi Devi. And he was Vishwamitra in Chaitanya Lila.
Yes, we get all these correspondences disclosed, but especially by Kavi Karnapur.
Okay. Venkatesh Prabhu, you are available to read or?
I'll keep going. Tobe Shachi Tekila Ram Krishna Dvibhai Tobe Nistarila Prabhu Jagai Madhai. Thereafter, Mother Shachi Devi saw the brothers Krishna and Balaram in their manifestation of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda. Then the Lord delivered the two brothers, Jagai and Madhai. Purport. One night, Shachi Devi dreamt that the deities in her house, Krishna and Balaram, had taken the forms of Chaitanya and Nityananda and were fighting one another, as children do, to eat the Naivedya, or offering to the deities. The next day, by the will of Lord Chaitanya, Shachi Devi invited Nityananda to take prasad at her house. Thus Vishwambar, Lord Chaitanya, and Nityananda were eating together, and Shachi Devi realized that they were none other than Krishna and Balaram. Seeing this, she fainted. Jagai and Madhai were two brothers born in Navadvip in a respectable Brahmin family who later became addicted to all kinds of sinful activities. By the order of Lord Chaitanya, Both Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur used to preach the cult of Krishna consciousness door to door. In the course of such preaching, they found Jagai and Madhai, two maddened, drunken brothers, who upon seeing them began to chase them. On the next day, Madhai struck Nityananda Prabhu on the head with a piece of earthen pot, thus drawing blood. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard of this, he immediately came to the spot, ready to punish both brothers. But when the all-merciful Lord Gauranga saw Jagai's repentant behavior, he immediately embraced him. By seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face and embracing him, both of the sinful brothers were at once cleansed. Thus they received initiation into the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra from the Lord and were delivered. I don't think I need to add more here, except that Prabhupada said back then there was only one Jagai and Madhai. Now everywhere there's so many. Tabe Shopta Prahar Chilo Prabhu Bhavesh Yata Tata Bhaktagon Pekila Abhishesh. After this incident, the Lord remained in an ecstatic position for 21 hours, and all the devotees saw his specific pastimes. Purport: in the deity's room, there must be a bed for the deity behind his throne. This system should immediately be introduced in all our centers. It does not matter whether the bed is big or small. It should be of a size the deity room can conveniently accommodate, but there must be at least a small bed. One day, in the house of Srivas Thakur, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat down on the bed of Vishnu, and all the devotees worshipped him with the Vedic mantras of the Purusha Sukta, beginning with Sahasra Shirsha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat. This Veda Stuti could also be introduced, if possible, for installations of deities. While bathing the deity, all the priests and devotees must chant this Purusha Sukta and offer the appropriate paraphernalia for worshipping the deity, such as flowers, fruits, incense, arati paraphernalia, naivedya, vastra, and ornaments. All the devotees worshipped Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this way, and the Lord remained in ecstasy for 7 praharas, or 21 hours. He took this opportunity to show the devotees that he is the original personality of Godhead. Krishna, who is the source of all other incarnations, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita, Aham Sarvasya Prabhuvo Mattad Sarvam Pravartate. All the different forms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or Vishnu Tattva, emanate from the body of Lord Krishna. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exposed all the private desires of the devotees, and thus all of them became fully confident that Lord Chaitanya, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Some devotees call this exhibition of ecstasy by the Lord, Tat Prahariya Bhav, or the ecstasy of 21 hours, and others call it Mahabhav Prakash, or Mahaprakash. There's a description of this Shata Prahariya Bhav in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, Madhyakanta, chapter 9, which mentions that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu blessed a maidservant named Dukhi with the name Sukhi. He called for Kola Becha Sridhar and showed him his Mahaprakash. Then he called for Murari Gupta and showed him his feature as Lord Ramchandra. He offered his blessings to Haridas Thakur, and at this time he also asked Jayādvaita Prabhu to explain the Bhagavad Gita as it is, Gita Satyapat, and showed special favor to Mukunda. Okay. Someone else?
I can read. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Gurudas Jayādvaita Swami Tinamne Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamne Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharanya Nirvisheshwani Mati Pashyate Shatani. Braha Avesha Haila Murari Bhavane Tanras Kande Chadi Prabhu Nachila Angane. One day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt the ecstasy of the boar incarnation and got up on the shoulders of Murari Gupta. Thus they both danced in Murari Gupta's courtyard. One day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to cry out, Sukara, Sukara, thus crying out for the boar incarnation of the Lord. He assumed his form as a boar incarnation and got up on the shoulders of Murari Gupta. He carried a small gadu, a small water pot with a nozzle, and thus he symbolically picked up the earth from the depths of the ocean. For this is the pastime of Lord Braha. Yes. The Lord displaying different pastimes. So, would you like to comment on it?
No comment.
Should I continue?
Yes, please.
Tabe Shuklam Barera Kaila Tandula Bhakshana Harinama Slokera Kaila Artha Bevarana. After this incident, the Lord ate raw rice given by Suklambara Brahmachari and explained very elaborately the import of the Harinama Sloka mentioned in the Brihat Naradi Puran. Suklambar Brahmachari resided in Navadvip on the bank of the Ganges. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing in ecstasy, he approached the Lord with a begging bag containing rice. The Lord was so pleased with his devotee that he immediately snatched the bag and began to eat the raw rice. No one forbade him, and thus he finished the entire supply of rice. Yeah. Okay. Any comments, Gurmanj?
No?
Harinama, 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 Namaiva Kevalam, Kalavanyastiva, Nyastiva, Nyasiva Gatiranyata. In this age of Kali, there is no other means no other means for self-realization than chanting the holy name, chanting the holy name, chanting the holy name of Lord Hari. Quoted from Jayādvaita Puran. Kali Kale Nama Rupa, Krishna Avatar, Nama Haite Haya, Sarva Jagat Nistar. In this age of Kali, the holy name of the Lord, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the incarnation of Lord Krishna. Simply by chanting the holy name, one associates with the Lord directly. Anyone who does this is certainly delivered. Okay. I think Mother Saraswati has her hands up.
Yes, Gurudev, in text 18, where it talked of how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exposed all the private desires of the devotees, and somewhere, I can't recall from where, I remember something along the lines of these pure advanced devotees. They keep their most intimate feelings very private, and they don't want to sort of reveal it or show it. So I'm wondering, is that just some things that just have to be kept very private?
That's, yeah, there's discretion. It's not that everything has to be disclosed to the public. I remember on one morning walk in San Francisco, there was a devotee named Krishnadas, and Prabhupada had been talking about separation from the spiritual master, feeling separation from the spiritual master. And then as he got into his car, Krishnadas asked Srila Prabhupada, sort of as a suggestion, an invitation to discuss the matter. You must always be feeling separation from your spiritual master. And Prabhupada said, that you do not require. In other words, none of your business. So it's not that everything has to be disclosed, everything has to be made public, everything has to be put on social media. Otherwise, we're somehow unfairly or unjustly holding things back. There are some things that are meant to be private. Another point is that the Vaishnava is humble. So he doesn't want to advertise, even if he has some ecstatic experience or something. He doesn't want to advertise to others. Just see, I'm experiencing ecstasy. I remember there was a famous singer who did an engagement at the Bombay auditorium at Juhu and our Juhu temple. And because he was a famous name, I poked my nose in. And he was singing in quite a elaborate fashion, as classical Indian singers do. And at some point he stopped singing, and then afterwards he said, I was in ecstasy. And the audience all applauded. So the Vaishnava doesn't want to go into ecstasy so that everyone can see and the audience will applaud. And he's humble. So such things he keeps to himself. And there may be other things that he considers confidential and therefore doesn't disclose. Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, I'm remembering when I was a child, I got so frustrated once and I told my grandmother, oh, I don't like that these advanced pure devotees are keeping their feelings a secret. And, I want to know so much about what they're feeling and their own interactions with Krishna. And then she turned right around and said, oh, well, let's hear from you first. And there I was trying to say, no, I'm talking about pure devotees who have pure love. And she's like, well, let's start off with you. And she wouldn't give in until I said something. And I had never felt so embarrassed in front of her. And at the moment, all I could think about was, I said, oh, I like it when Krishna is very naughty. I don't like, such perfect behavior from children. I just like it when he's naughty and does things that breaks the sort of, rules that society pushes on us children. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anybody else would like to read? Saraswati Mother, you want to read?
Yes, sorry, I lost my place. What text are we on?
23.
23, yes. Dhardya lagi harer name uktiti navara chadaloke bhujeta puna eva kara. Translation. This verse repeats the word eva, certainly, 3 times for emphasis, and it also 3 times repeats Harer Nama, the holy name of the Lord, just to make common people understand. Purport. To emphasize something to an ordinary person, one may repeat it 3 times, just as one might say, you must do this, you must do this, you must do this. Thus, the Brahmaridya Purana repeatedly emphasizes the chanting of the holy name so that people may take it seriously and thus free themselves from the clutches of Maya. It is our practical experience in the Krishna consciousness movement all over the world that many millions of people are factually coming to the spiritual stage of life simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra regularly, according to the prescribed principles. Therefore, our request to all our students is that they daily chant at least 16 rounds of this Hare Nama Mahamantra offenselessly, following the regulative principles. Thus, their success will be assured without a doubt. Gurudev, do you have some comments?
I know offenselessly. Not just that we're asked to chant 16 rounds, but Prabhupada significantly says offenselessly, following the regular principles. Hare Krishna.
Gurudev, I can't recall once again where I read this, but somewhere I read that to get to the stage of chanting offenselessly, that requires the mercy of your guru. Is that correct?
Yes, everything requires the mercy of the Guru. Not that by our own prowess we'll accomplish everything. But it's not that we're meant to just chant any which way and wait for the Guru's mercy to descend. We should actively try to avoid these 10 offenses in chanting.
So could we say that our sadhana bhakti, until we can reach this stage, is the sadhana bhakti is well, we've got a long way to go. Is that what it means with the sadhana bhakti, that somehow or another we're not seriously practicing it?
Well, if we're chanting offensively, then we have a long way to go. We have to come to offenseless chanting. And sadhana, everything rests on chanting. But when we chant offenselessly, then we're in Krishna consciousness. Act.
So how morose we should feel very morose, because sometimes it's very up and down. Some days are good, some days not so good for me.
Therefore, we have to practice seriously.
Thank you. Would somebody else like to read? Naveen Prabhu, would you like to read, please?
Text 24. Kevala Shabde Punarapi Nishchaya Karana Jnana Yoga Tapa Karma Adi Nivarana. Translation. The use of the word Kevala only prohibits all other processes, such as the cultivation of knowledge, practice of mystic yoga, or performance of austerities and fruitive activities. Our Krishna consciousness movement stresses the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra only, whereas those who do not know the secret of success for this age of Kali unnecessarily indulge in the cultivation of knowledge, the practice of mystic yoga, or the performance of fruitive activities, or useless austerities. They are simply wasting their time and misleading their followers. When we point this out very plainly to an audience, members of opposing groups become angry at us. But according to the injunctions of the Shastras, we cannot make compromises with these so-called jnanis, yogis, karmis, and tapasvis. When they say they are as good as we are, we must say that only we are good and that they are not good. This is not our obstinacy. It is the injunction of the Shastras. We must not deviate from the injunctions of the Shastras. This is confirmed in the next verse of the Caitanya Charitamrita. Maharaj, would you have comments on this verse?
Only that during Prabhupada's book, there was a book of popular psychology. During Prabhupada's time, there was a book of popular psychology. I'm okay, you're okay. And Prabhupada said our philosophy is, I'm okay, you're not okay. That's reflected here. And it's not our obstinacy, it's the statement of the Shastras. What can we do? Hare Krishna.
There are two comments from Krishna Prabhu in the chat box.
Yeah. Krishna Prabhu mentions, the Chaitanya Bhagavat mentions of a beautiful pastime where Lord Nityananda snatches the offerings to Krishna and Balaram. And there ensued a fight, Gaur Nitai with Krishna and Balaram.
Yes. Kaviraj Goswami is describing these pastimes in synopsis because they've already been described by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur and Chaitanya Bhagavat. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Should we read the next verse? Priti Purnamadi, you want to read the next verse?
Yes, Raja. Anyathaye mana taye nahi punastava nahi nahi. This verse clearly states that anyone who accepts any other path cannot be delivered. This is the reason for the triple repetition, nothing else, nothing else, nothing else, which emphasizes the real process of self-realization. Trinhaite Nichana Sadalavema Apane Nirvimane Ane Devema. To chant the holy name always, one should be humbler than the grass in the street and devoid of all desire for personal honor. But one should offer others all respectful obeisances. Maharaj, I have one question here related to humility. So, in case some injustice is being performed, then is raising voice not a sign of
Something what
humility?
is being performed?
If some injustice is performed, then if we are raising our voice, then does it mean that we are not humble?
Something what is being performed?
Injustice.
Injustice. No, that may be our duty. That, yeah, certainly to stop an injustice, you may have to shout at the top of your lungs. Doesn't mean there's a lack of humility.
And sometimes at home, we have to set some exemplary behavior so that our children can also follow. So we may have to be strict. Suppose they are not respecting us, but we need to teach them how to respect.
It's not that I'm a humble Vaishnav, so I can't say anything to my kids. I have to let them do all rubbish and be humble and not say anything. No. The duty of the parent sometimes to be assertive. It's the duty of the teacher, Prabhupada. He would, slam into us. It doesn't mean that he was lacking in humility. He said, this is my duty.
Because many times people who are practicing Krishna consciousness, if in society they raise a voice against something, then I think one common statement that they hear is, you are devotees. You're not supposed to act like this. Means you're supposed to tolerate everything.
They would criticize Prabhupada that way. You're not being humble. That because they have this preconceived idea that a sadhu always speaks gently. He never raises his voice. He always remains cool, calm, and collected. And that's their idea of a sadhu. But a sadhu can also be outspoken. Sadhu can also chastise. Sadhu can also be angry even. The duty when Krishna is insulted, then yes. I remember the yoga people who would come to 26 Second Avenue, the uptown yogis. They would speak so gently and softly. And because for them, that was love, that was spiritual realization. And of course, they would speak all mayavad and foolishness. And if you said something like, it seems that your Guru Maharaj is a fool if he's teaching you this, then they would say, well, I could see how from one point of view, one might think that way. They'd always be gentle and calm. You could. They were like talking to them was like trying to nail Jello to the wall. They would always be so accepting of everything, but that kind of caricature is not pure devotion or pure consciousness.
And Lord Chaitanya had beaten Jayādvaita Acharya when he spoke about Mayavad philosophy.
Excuse me? He chastised Advaita Acharya.
Yeah, Jayādvaita Acharya. Yeah.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
We're at our time limit.
Yes. Anybody would like to chant the final kirtan? Venkatesh Prabhu. Okay. Namo Krishna 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 Guru Hare Namaste Rashtriyata Krishna Krishna Namaste Saraswati Gauravan Krishna Nirvishesha Sundavan Asatya Rishatari Krishna Krishna Madhurika Jayādvaita Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Om Shri Jayādvaita Maharaj ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Gaur Premanande.
Hari
Hari
Hari.
Hari Bol. Thank you, Madhupati, and thank you to all. Sham Sundar, Hare Krishna. Jaya.
Thank you very much. Okay, we will end here.